Hey everybody, Steven here with Oddball Publishing, and today I wanted to cover how you buy author copies off of your Kindle Direct Publishing kind of front page here. This is ours, and you can see our list of books. I'm going to cover that and a handful of other questions that you might have. Now with this, when you're looking at this in the setup itself, ours are sectioned out, and this is because we originally did our books with CreateSpace, and then we did a separate, for one of them, Kindle book version of it. And we did an ebook, which you can see here for Undyed Nightmare. So that's a Kindle ebook. The rest are paperbacks. We haven't gone through the process of doing that just yet. I think it's a little bit different, but before you had to go through software in order to do that, to convert it. And we don't have that done just yet, but that's the hope later. Now, if you're looking at that, if you click the three dots out here or just hover over it, you'll see here I can edit my ebook, details, the content, pricing, KDP select info, promote or advertise, manage, match, book, or unpublish, right? That's going to be with the Kindle ebook. You cannot print this. So if you've done the ebook first and then you're like, well, I want to get physical copies, that's not going to happen. What you can do though is create a paperback, which is the tab right here. Okay. And then it tells you why you need to create multiple formats. Or for instance, we can link, which I have to go through and link this. I've just realized now that everything has been ported over from CreateSpace. But looking at that, you can go through that process. I have not done that personally, so I can't tell you what that entails. I know that going the reverse, going from a book that we formatted over to an ebook was a process, and making sure that everything was correct, and it doesn't look exactly how I would want it, but it does help you format it through that software. I don't know if the inverse is true. So if you go create paperback out of the ebook that you've made, that it'll do that, or if you're going to have to reformat some of that, which I would hate for you to have to do. But if you've made an actual paperback, which we can see down here with our other versions of the book, we have a coloring book version of this. Is our first in the zombie book series. So the reason for two right here is that we actually have a coloring book version and the regular version. The two down here are the physical copies of the ebook that we're seeing up here. And with that, one, when you deal with the Ingram system, one has to not go into expanded distribution, I believe, so that it could go into the Ingram system and potentially be picked up by the schools and stuff around here, which is what we promote. But we had to do two separate ones at the time, and I don't know if that's changed because we still haven't had to look into that yet. We will for this next book, so I'll go through that process, and at that point I'll do another video confirming that. But we had to do two different ones because they need two different ISBN numbers. Now keep in mind, for your book, you can do the free ISBN number that Amazon provides. You can't get into expanded distribution and with that, but for a lot of people, you're not going to sell a ton in expanded distribution. What I mean by that is it's going to go to Walmart.com and Barnes & Noble. Typically, they don't even carry your books. Like, ours is in that system for Undyed Nightmare, and Barnes & Noble, it's like pulling teeth for them to even order it to get into the book. Now, that is dependent upon the manager, but it's never been an easy process for the ones around here we've found. And with that, your cut is so small. I mean, for these, when we sell them for $15, we get 25 cents of it if it sells in expanded distribution. So typically it's not necessarily worth your time. The reach potential is much greater, so that might be something you do want to consider, but you're not going to get a good cut from that. And for a lot of people, they just want to buy their own copies and sell them because that's usually where you make money anyways. Now, in order to do that, the three dots here for the paperback version, if I highlight that, if we go over here, request printed proofs, so you can get a proof of the book, which you typically need to do to make sure everything looks all right, right? You can actually proof the book without doing that, but I recommend getting a physical copy in just to double check. You can request author copies, which is really what you're looking for. This is the one where you're going to buy 50, 100, however many, you're going to have them shipped to you, and then you are going to sell those off, right? So that is the big one that we want to click. And then this one, all right, how many we're doing? Let's do 50. Marketplace order, Amazon. Total cost for us here, because these print or our price for them is $3.65. Right here, we submit order, and then it tells us what the shipping is. We have to put in our credit card information, all that other stuff. So that is where you buy your author copies. Remember, it has to be a physical copy in order to do that. And the shipping isn't horribly expensive either. So, I mean, 10, 20 bucks. And typically, depending on how quick you need them, obviously that price is going to change. If you need them overnighted, it's going to be expensive. But if you just do the standard shipping, and they usually get to you sooner than expected. I mean, for us, it's usually 3 to 5 days for normal shipping. The big thing I would tell everybody is once you get them, line them all out, check sizing on all of them, make sure that they're the correct size, because sometimes the cuts are off, and flip through them. Make sure that the coloring, if you have colored images in there, are correct. Make sure that the text isn't overlapped or halfway off the page, or a different book is put in there. That's actually happened to us. We had another book printed on the inside of our book. Check all of those. If there are any wrong, contact the company. They will send those replacements to you for free. They just need physical proof of that. So you take some pictures and you send them to them. So hopefully that helps anybody that's looking for where they buy the author copies, their wholesale copies of their own book off of the Kindle Direct Publishing website. If you guys like the video, hit the like button for me. If you want to continue to follow along with all of our content, hit the subscribe button for us. Thanks so much for watching.